Doon 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 doon. We are back. Doon 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 doon. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yo. Listen, man. It is about that time. It is that time of the week for us to sit here and experience the greatness. Yo, man. Holy sweet mother of Flagnards. Coming off of the latest installment, this was definitely one of the more anticipated chapters of the year, just because I don't know if this is going to be an Egghead chapter or a post-Egghead chapter. So I'm like really, really excited for this one, man. I'm like, man, oh man. Let me make sure the camera. La camera. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to see y'all. Let me know if the audio is good. Let me turn this up a little bit. It is good to see everybody, man. It's good to see everybody. Excuse me. Like, man, especially, like I said, every time that a One Piece arc is either about to begin or end, it's always a really special time. So it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what ends up happening in this one, bro. Yo, my boy Fiji. What's good, Radman, man? What is good, my brother, man? It's really, really good to see you, dude. Looking forward to discussing Peak soon. My boy Lazy Mofo said he reread Egghead over the last 2 days. Holy sweet mother of Flagnards. Audio Wapu, and the Gorosei come in. Ali G arrives with the old Naruto. Kuchiyose no Jutsu comes in summoning Jutsu. Kacha! And arrives on Egghead or post-Egghead. We're about to find out. Man. He arrives on the greatness and delivers 20 memberships to the channel. All love to Ali G, who is going to be the sponsor for the upcoming ARC Rankings video. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in soon. I decided to wait last week, like I told y'all, based on this week's chapter, I would gauge whether or not we were going to do the ARC rankings thing extremely soon or hold off a bit till like September. So we're gonna find out after this week or maybe next week. We'll see. We'll see, right? Because you never know how long the ARC endings are gonna be. But when I know the ARC is over for sure, we are going to be going through our favorite arcs in the entire series. And so if you want to come in and support your favorite arc, considering there's been so much greatness throughout the years in this wonderful story, then, man, participate in that poll, because it's going to get beefy. It's going to get beefy. There's been a lot of greatness throughout the years, and because of that, it is going to require a lot of votes. A lot of time being put into thinking about where those things rank. So it's like, man, oh man, if you want to be a part of that greatness, I will make sure to let y'all know when that poll goes live. And that is definitely one of the videos / streams I'm looking forward to doing the most. So when I know for sure the arc is ending, I'll put a poll out. And I already have a pretty good idea if I'm going to go about it this time. A pretty good idea. But we shall see how things end up going about. I do not have my final list finalized, but I have a good idea of it. I've been thinking about it for the past few months. And so when we get to it, it's going to be a good time. But Ali G, man, all love to you. Definitely going to be the sponsor of that. Definitely going to be the sponsor of that wonderful incoming poll and or stream. Very, very excited for that stuff, man. But all love to you guys. Thank you so much, Ali G. Once again, I really, really appreciate you. And to everybody stopping by here, I know it must be extremely late. Today was my brother's birthday. Shout out to my brother. So that's why I whenever I saw the chapter came out, I was like, yeah, I might be able to do it early, but of course we weren't able to make that happen. But we got here when we needed to get here, yo. So Josh Pointer comes in with a 10 and says something in Japanese. ... Dragon. Then more stuff in Japanese. Watashi ta achiha. ... So double dragon. Ni ite imasu erubafu. I know that. I know erubafu. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything else there. But I'm going to assume it says Ring Shores are greatest of all time, Elbaf. That makes the most sense to me. We are going to Elbaf. We are going to Elbaf. We are going to Elbaf, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to flip it Elbaf, boys. We're going to Elbaf. Yo, I grabbed all my manga volumes. I never grabbed Little Garden. Hold up. Where's my... I mean, not all my manga volumes. I just grabbed some of the, like, major arcs. We're coming, man. We're on the way to Elbaf, dude. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait, man. I can't wait for the peak. Let me see... but thank you, Josh Pointer. All love to you. All love to you. So hyped, man. I cannot wait to step on onto the doorstep of Elbaf, man. Considering how close it appears that we are, right? Especially with the way that most recent chapter ended. So can't wait to see what this one has in store. Josh Pointer then comes in with a 2. It says, this chapter will move you, be prepared. Every One Piece chapter moves me. You know what I'm saying? It's going to move me in one way or another. You know what I mean? Some chapters move me in a funny way. Some chapters move me in an emotional way. Some chapters make me extremely hyped. Other chapters move my brain cells. But it's going to move me one way or another. You know what I'm saying? In some way, your performance is going to happen. But all love to you, Josh Pointer. Thank you so much for the 2. Phoebe Tokyo comes in with the 10 and says, kind of an emotional chapter. King, be ready. Also, Zoro L. Zoro L. Zoro doesn't take L's. Had to be Fraudhawk's pupil. You'll see. Either way, good chapter today. We're eating as always. Is that foreshadowing for this for this week's chapter? I guess we'll find out. But I don't believe it because Zoro doesn't take L's. So Zoro doesn't take L's. Zoro doesn't take L's. That's all I know. But thank you, Phoebe Tokyo. I appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing what's going on here with my dog. With my favorite my favorite Marimo, but an emotional chapter that's definitely something that I was not expecting. So let's see. Now I'm really curious as to what this chapter is going to have. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, Phoebe Tokyo. Ali G, of course. Thank you once again for the 20 gift memberships. And then Super Scorpio comes in with a 5 and says, "Coast, you're filling whiskey. Peak, I heard. And perform background for Baroque. Talk to Randy, dude." If I end up being in the live action, I am going to be Bartolomeo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I end up being in the live action and in some way, shape, or form, I am going to be Bartolomeo. And so, but hey, listen, man, I'll hit up Randy. I can do whatever they need me to do. If you need me to hype someone up, you need me to get smacked by Nami, you need me to get whacked and destroyed by either Sanji or Zoro? Do you need me to be fodder for Usopp? Do you need me to get one-shotted by Luffy? Whatever you need me to do, I'm there, man. Whatever you need me to do, I will be there no matter what. And so, yeah, definitely gonna have to talk to Randy. But I did see who sent it to me? And one of my friends sent me it was like an overall list of the cast, and then I received another picture today for the Cobra casting. So once we finish up this thing, when I wake up in the morning tomorrow, I'll look and see who the actor actually is. Because I only saw the actor's face for Cobra. So definitely looking forward to seeing the names for not only that actor, but for the other ones that was sent to me too. So I'm assuming based on in the Oda message. As a matter of fact, since we're live, I haven't had a chance to read the Oda message, but I did receive the picture. Let me go ahead and read the Oda message here with you guys, because I have not had a chance to read it yet. Where is it? Let me. I think I will send it in a text message. Let me see. Oda message, and then we'll pull it up on the stream here. Here it is. Oh no, it was my dog Subra sent it to me in the Discord. So let me go ahead and send it to myself, and we'll read it here on stream. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Pull up the image. Alright, here it is. All love to Super for saying this as well, by the way. Alright. Come on. No, my computer froze. No! We're taking L's. Hold on. No! Okay, no. We might be back. Dude! Alright, hold on. Alright, here it is. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make this a little smaller. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and read this message together. The live-action One Piece is currently in production, with filming well underway. The story will cover Loguetown, Reverse Mountain, Twin Cape, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island. No Alabasta? Think about it. Imagine how much it'll cost. So they're going to be doing Loguetown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, Drum Island. 5 arcs. If they do 8 episodes again, I'm going to assume that's going to be Loguetown for 1, Reverse Mountain another, Whiskey Peak 1, potentially Little Garden getting 2. So let me see, that's... And then Drum Island 3? Or is Drum Island getting 2? And maybe Whiskey Peak gets 2. Regardless, no Alabasta... I mean, I'm kind of glad, because I feel like Alabasta's too long, it's too big, to not be able to do that like in a single season. So, I guess that makes sense to me. Wait a minute, but we got a Cobra casting today. Unless we're going to do the Vivi flashback stuff early. Are they going to do the... Are we going to get like the flipping callback in Drum Island? Where we see like a young Vivi? Cobra? Maybe that's whenever we get the Dragon Bounty poster? Well, the Dragon Wanted thing? Because that was the first time we ever heard of the Reverie. So maybe we get it there. Maybe that'll be our first look at Koza as well, but not adult Koza, but like kid Koza. So I'm curious. I'm actually really, really curious now. Really, really curious. Regardless, where was I? Imagine how much it'll cost, but whether it's the script or the cast that continue to insist on this or that, which makes Matt, the showrunner, go, ARG! And Netflix go, no! And Tomorrow Studios go, what? As they pull their hairs out, all that, even though we grew so close making season 1. But it's because we all share the same passion for this show. Just as with last season, they've gone out of their way to promise they won't put the show out until I'm... Oh, I just noticed that the Straw Hats are drawn in like their live action form. Oh, that's so cool. We have Inaki, Makenyu, Emily, Jacob, and Taz. Oh, that's dope, dude. That is so dope. Until I'm satisfied... Oh, this isn't in the contract, you know, it's a verbal pledge. We can appreciate how amazing and determined they are for keeping their word, and they've certainly proven their ability to bring the world to the screen. I just can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, the previously announced cast is compiled on the official X account, so go check it out. The Grand Line is an even more expansive world. You may wonder, what was the inspiration behind that kingdom? How would it connect to the real world? Naturally, distinctive cast members have been assembled from around the world, and I can't help but get excited thinking about how the adventure has already begun. Among those yet to be announced, what about Vivi and Miss All Sunday? I mean, I feel like those are the ones we're all looking forward to seeing the most. What are they doing with Chopper? We can't wait. We can't announce everyone all at once, but starting tomorrow, we'll be announcing more cast members over 3 days, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Oh, man. So that's why we got, I guess, the Cobra stuff today, and then tomorrow we're going to get another big one, I guess. Look out for those and stay tuned for more exciting updates to come. All right. So that is the Oda message. No Pokemon Go. I'm surprised. No Pokemon Go. But I love the drawings. I think the drawings are really cool of the crew. But thank you, Subert, for sending that my way. I appreciate you. Whenever I don't even know if you're in chat. Whenever you get the opportunity to see that. But we continue with the supers. Thank you, by the way, Super Scorpio, for that. Listen, man, Randy, if you ever need anyone to play anything within the live action, we'll be in like swimwear. Let me know, yo. Let me know. St. Marcus Lem comes in membership for 10 months and says, "Yo, coach, once more the times line up and we get to be here for peak. Recently started Trails from Zero off your recommendation and loving it. The Lloyd Banning's greatness." There we go. Whoa, really? SSS, bro. The special support section. We love to see it. We love to see it. Absolute peak fiction. Glad you are enjoying it. And thank you for taking the recommendation. I appreciate you, St. Marcus Lem, for jumping aboard the Trail's greatness. James Whittick comes in with a 2 and says, "Punk Hazard voter here." Yo, listen. Absolute greatness. You feel me? Love this volume, by the way. Such a great volume. But greatness. So I'm looking forward to seeing how high that ends up being on your list, because obviously we're going to be voting for each arc. So I'm looking forward to seeing where Punk Hazard ends up on your list, James Whittick. Since you're saying ready for more Tashigi. I think we're all ready for more Tashigi. I'm still at like I still couldn't believe when I saw Tashigi in the anime episode. I was like, holy flagnards, man. Like, we're actually getting more Tashigi content. This is crazy. Super, super crazy. Tetsuya Disalt, thank you, James Whittick. I really, really appreciate you. Like I said, looking forward to seeing where Punk Hazard ends up on your list. Tetsuya Disalt says, Emily geeked out on Twitter about Oda drawing her. That's so cool. That's so cool. Alright, let's go ahead and start the poll. Alright, are we reading the title, ladies and gentlemen? Because it is time. We have caught up on the supers. It is time for me to find out whether or not Egghead is over. Are we in post-Egghead? Are we still in Egghead? I don't know. But all I know is that in my heart and in my mind, as much as I enjoyed this Futurama arc, and I enjoyed every single second of it. From the moment this arc started until where we were last week, it was one of the all-time weekly reading experiences, man. Absolutely loved every single second of it. But it is time for Viking season, man. It is time for Vinland peace. It is time for God of War peace, man. Whether you're a Thorfinn fan, a Kratos fan, whatever you... We're here for peak, man. We're here for peak, you feel me? Listen, man. We are here to experience the latest installment in Ichiro Oda's masterpiece, which I'm hoping is gonna be our transition into greatness. Our transition from one fantastic arc into another potential fantastic arc. I can't wait for us to knock on the doors of good old Elbaf. From the moment that I started this story, and I reached Little Garden, and I heard those fateful words, I was like, hold on, man. When will be the day that we will be able to experience that? I'll never forget where I was when we first entered Fishman Island. Then where we were whenever we first entered Wano. It's like two huge built-up arcs for so long. And right there with those, with years upon years of build-up, is flipping Elbaf, man. Longer than any other arc except for Laugh-Tale. So it's like we're almost there. It's almost time. I can't wait to see what we've got going on this week. And the best-selling manga in history, let me tell you. If within either this chapter or next chapter, we start getting the Oda post-Egghead, we're going to be eating. We're going to be eating. It's going to be a good time, because those are always the best parts, right? Whenever we get to transition from one arc to another. Even though the thing is with Egghead, right? The entire arc felt like a post-arc, especially during certain stretches. There was crazy stuff taking place around the world, so maybe Elbaf will be the same way. Who knows? But regardless, we're almost on the horizon. I can't wait to see what this week's chapter has in store for us. In the greatness, the awesome sauce, the one and the only, that greatness known as One Piece. Are we reading the title? We're reading the title 94%. Let's go, man. Alright. Yo, Presno in here with pancakes. It's gotta be like 5 a.m. where Presno is. Remember, for 20 months and says he's cooking. No, Presno, you're cooking. Literally. Make us both some pancakes. And let's go ahead and get into the greatness. Oh, man, oh, man. Let me move all these manga volumes out. Actually, that's a bad idea. If this is a hype chapter, I'm gonna end up knocking these all over. Let me put these down here on the floor. Alright. Let's get the laptop. I'm ready, man. It's time for some beak. Your connection was interrupted. Oh no. Are we still live? No, we're good. We're good. Come on. Here we go. Bro, I can't see. Too many ads. Here you go. One Piece chapter 1124. Best friend? Besto friendo? They got Toto in the chapter. Oh my god, they got flipping Toto in the chapter, dog. Yo! This man Toto went from JJK and was like, hold up! Besto friendo! Wait! We've got Besto friendo! Yo, this is gonna be a peak chapter. When you start off the title with Besto friendo, oh man, it's gonna be golden, bro. It's gonna be a legendary chapter, alright? Gonna be clapping. Maybe literally. Bah! Shout out to Toto, man. Shout out to Toto from JJK. Definitely one of my favorites. So here we go. One Piece chapter 1124. Besto friendo. I'm actually very intrigued by what that could be implying. Best friend. So here we have Yamato in a stance with the bat in hand. And, is that, Osame? Only Child Yamato on the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 12, foiling a kidnapping on the way to Curry. And we see someone over there in the background. So I'm going to assume Yamato just smacked the flagnards out of someone. As she should. You feel me? As Yamato should. Smack the flagnards out of any individual that get within 12 feet of questioning your greatness. You know what I'm saying? As Yamato should. Here we go. Within the notes, at No Brock TV, No Brock Lesnar? No Brock TV did a limited time collab with One Piece. Their YouTube channel is a favorite of mine, so hurry and check it out. Oda, that's a weird way of putting King_Recon. I mean, listen, No Brock TV, probably way better stuff than I do, but that's a very weird way of spelling my... I'm not sure that's how you spell King_Recon. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken. English is not my first language, so I might be mistaken. But No Brock TV, I am a wrestling fan, but I don't know if that equates to King_Recon. I'm not sure. But did a limited time collab with One Piece. Their YouTube channel is a favorite of mine, so hurry and check it out. I will. Though like I said, I'm not sure if you got the name correct. Regardless, let's go into the chapter. Come on, let's rock. Morgan! We're already off to a good start, man. We're already off to a good start. Let's go, dude. Let's go. So we're going to see Vivi in this chapter. Come on, let's rock. Of course he wants to act. We're sitting on some juicy scoops. Stoke their fears, paint a picture of the bleakest future possible. Look at the bearer of big news, man. Used their desperation to push more WEJ papers. My boy said, listen, clickbait, rage bait, get some clicks. As long as we're pushing out the papers, I don't care what the headlines say. My boy said, wait, man. Use their desperation to push out more papers. If that brother was on Twitter, oh, man. If Morgans was on Twitter, he'd be the first dude to be like, Gear 5 more iconic than Super Saiyan. Would have been the first, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Are you kidding? He would have been the first one in line. He would have been the bing, blank, greater than symbol, something else. He's going right in for the engagement. Right in! All he wants is to push the paper. That's all he's trying to do, brother. That man is trying to make money, and he's going to do whatever means necessary to get that money. And I all power to him. All power to him. Give him his checks. He's worked hard for it. He's blue verified. So give him his money and give him his checks. That's gross. Even Vegapunk showed some optimism. My girl Vivi in the chapter, auto 10 out of 10. Auto 10 out of 10. Mind your business, girly. I'll expose you if you don't zip it. Yo, Vivi's in the Vivi's in the pose too. What's wrong with you, you overgrown squawking liar? No one with a brain will dance to your tune. There's a lot of individuals, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of individuals reading them papers. There's a lot of people reading the news too. But we have the two girls from last time who were obviously very enamored of Vivi in chapter 1074 coming back within this chapter. I could play that role. I can play that role. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. Hey, live action. If you're looking for someone, I can do that. I can do that, man. Walpole in the background looks more shocked than he did when he saw Instant Messenger Sama. So we've got Morgans trying to make people on Twitter mad, and Vivi being like, what's going on? No one is ever going to dance to that tune. All right? So we love to see it. Vivi and Morgans in a chapter, like I said, always makes it good. Hey, Vivi-chan, we don't want to... So the arc is over then, right? The arc is over. We're in post-Egghead. We're in post-Poopin' Egghead then, right? Hey, Vivi-chan, we don't want to upset the fine gentleman and lose our only safe haven now, do we? Vivi don't care about that. I love how Walpole has changed so much as a character that, and the Instant Messenger Sama stuff really humbled him to the point where he's sitting here worried about the fact that he doesn't want to upset Big News Morgans. That is what I call change. That's what you call someone being put in their place after seeing Instant Messenger Sama, man. Because the old Wapol would never. He would never. And I prefer this guy over the old Wapol any day of the week. We can't pass this up. Even the truth is captivating now. The whole world's sinking. I'm top dog. He's top dog. I'm top dog. Up in the sky anyway. Oh. Heck no. This man said he's top dog in the sky? Do I need to remind you of the real Slim Shady? Do I need to remind... I know Oda doesn't remember him. But where Oda doesn't remember, I do. Listen. Akira Toriyama did not remember launch. But I did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Tite Kubo did not remember his backgrounds. I did. Sometimes Masashi Kishimoto forgot to take a break. I didn't. And sometimes Ichiro Oda forgets that he's still writing the story. I don't forget. I do not forget. And so, the same way that Yoshihiro Togashi forgets that he's writing a manga when a new Dragon Quest comes out, I do not forget, man. I may forget a lot of things, but I don't forget Mr. Slimmy Slim. I don't forget my guy. All right? Now listen. Listen here. I don't forget my boy NL. You don't forget. Look at him. Look at my guy. I do not forget my boy, man. Come on. Come on. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He says he's top dog up in the sky. But there are two individuals who reign in the sky high in my estimation. There is the NL who literally reigns over the skies, still potentially on the moon. And then there's the individual who is stated in chapter 795 to, in a one-on-one, always bet on land, sea, and air. So, Morgans, you might not be top dog after all. I don't know. So this upcoming era is perfect for me. Claims being the top dog in the sky, that's just because Oda forgot NL. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. We can't pass this up. Even the truth is captivating now. The whole world's sinking. I'm top dog. Up in the sky anyway, so this upcoming era is perfect for me. I hope you won't come to regret talking back to me, princess. As if. If the world is ending anyway, I'm not going to grovel just to save my own neck. You tell that bird again. Tell Big Bird one more time. If the world is coming to an end, I ain't gonna sit here and grovel just to save my own neck. We're gonna do something about it. And that's why Vivi's her. That's why Vivi's her. But it's so interesting seeing these characters actually come to not even the realization, just coming to terms with the fact that the One Piece world is ending before their very eyes. Because they know, the higher the sea level goes, the quicker that reset comes in. No matter how high they end up. Unless they're up in the Holy Land. So they know their time is limited. And Vivi's like, oh, if the world is ending anyway, I'm not going to sit there and grovel. Which I'm sure Lily herself must have done in the past. I'm not groveling. Kuha! Just look at all the stories we've got to pick from. Hey, Vivi-chan, cool it. Wapol's like, yo, relax, man. Relax. Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. Pell is the king of the sky. That's a great point. That's a great point. Emperor Blackbeard versus Trafalgar Law, Emperor Shanks versus Eustace Captain Kidd, and Emperor Straw Hat ruthlessly killing Dr. Vegam. So you got Blackbeard versus Law, which technically was Blackbeard versus Law, and then the Cocaine Bear came in and took care of Jabba. Hey, that's not in the papers. Then you got Shanks one-shotting Kid and Killer. That's not in the papers. But what we do have is Straw Hat Monkey D ruthlessly killing Dr. Vegapunk. Now, obviously, the propaganda's running supreme, and I respect Morgans for the hustle. Like I said, I do, man. I know how ruthless it is out here. As a writer, I get it. You're trying to get people to click. You're trying to get people to read the stuff in the material. But, my guy, Luffy ruthlessly killing Dr. Vegapunk, they're gonna give this man like a 10 billion berry bounty, which I'm down for. Maybe that's all a part of Morgan's plan. Maybe Morgan's is just a bigger Luffy tard than me. So he's willing to fabricate evidence to be like, you know what, at all costs. And I respect it. I respect it, man. He's gonna come up with his own facts. His own agenda. He is agenda piece. And because of that, I respect it, man. I respect it. Morgans. Emperor Straw Hat ruthlessly killing Dr. Vegapunk. He said he was going to take him hostage. Now he's just like straight up ruthlessly killing Vegapunk. So you know what? As long as Luffy gets a higher bounty, who cares? I know Luffy doesn't care. So who cares? Liar. We cut over, it's Egghead. Oh god. The arc's not over. Oh man, so it's gotta be the E-Myth stuff, right? Come in. God, look at the art. Swip, swip? What is that on the beach? Are those spider legs? E-Myth took care of. That's my fault. E-Myth! We crushed that flippin' spider, man. Let's go. Is that Saturn, bro? Did Saturn get squished like a bug? They put raid on that man? Yo, they went in the corner of the wall. They saw a spider moving. My dog E-Myth said, get that spider out of here. Come on, man. Saturn washes up on shore? Dude, bro, that's gotta be spider legs right here on the bottom, bro. Swoop. Bzz, don't tell me everyone's dead. This man sent tomorrow's on a boat? He's gonna go pirating? Oh, Lord! This man's pulling the Luffy from chapter 1? The tears. What happened? Is that Kizaru? That's Kizaru. Everybody's still knocked off from Joy Boys hockey. What happened? Egghead. The tears from Sentomaru, obviously having lost Vegapunk. Man. What happened? Egghead. You're awful loud, huh? Akainu. You're awful loud, huh? Why are you the one picking up? Borsalino, what happened to the others? They're all laid out. They got knocked out by Joy Boys hockey. And foaming at the mouth. What's going on with Saint Saturn? He got squished like a bug, baby. Wait, so is that really not Saturn? Bro, those look like... That looks like a spider when it gets squished to me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe that really is just Sentomaru on his boat. You know what? It probably is Sentomaru on his boat, and I'm just blind. That's probably what it is. Regardless, we push the agenda. If Morgans is pushing the agenda, I'm pushing the agenda. Alright? We're pushing the agenda. What's going on with Saint Saturn? Is he safe? What about the power station? Did any of the targets escape? I'll let the youngsters give you the details when they're up. You better not be slacking off again, Borsalino. Hey, Sakazuki, I'm curious. Have you ever had to kill your best friend? No. That's the context of the title? Oh, man. Have you ever had to kill your best friend? I mean, I don't know how close he and Kuzan were, but I'm going to assume that must have been the closest thing to him, right? Whenever he had to box Kuzan. Have you ever had to kill your best friend? That's a big head. I'm with the Navy. The name's Borsellino. How much are you going to pay me? This arrest is all a facade. You guys want my brain working for you, right? So how much funding are you willing to give me? Are you willing to give for my research? You're an interesting guy, huh? Man, dude. What are you going to do with this place? I'm going to call it Egghead. Even going back to the foundation, the formation of Egghead Island, dude. When we're done, it'll be an island 500 years in the future. Lend me a hand, Borsellino. Hey, you know I'm an admiral now, right? Oh, man. And you can see truly how devastating all of this was for Kizaru. Because throughout the course of the entire arc, especially after the Kuma flashback, we could see how conflicted Kizaru was. But actually seeing things from his perspective here, him thinking back on these memories. Oh, man. When we're done, it'll be an island 500 years in the future. Let me a hand, Borsellino. You know I'm an admiral now, right? Vegapunk and Bonnie. Kizaru with Sentomaru and Kuma. When he stabbed Vegapunk. And he sees him drop with the reflection on the sunglasses. Bro. Man. You think I'm slacking off, Sakazuki? Oh. And with the burning in the background. Yo, man. This man Kizaru just activated Kakurazaki with that statement. You think I'm slacking off, Sakazuki? ... exclamation points. His veins are popping. Well, if you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see for yourself, you damn it. Let's go, man. Talk to that dude. He thinks being the head of McDonald's can just let him get away with everything? Well, let me tell you something, bro. You've got a whole nother thing coming for you, man. Whole nother thing. You think I'm slacking off, Sakazuki? Well, if you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see for yourself. He called him an ingrate. He called him an ingrate. Borsellino! Like, bro, you don't understand. You could not even begin to fathom the amount of internal conflict that Kizaru's been going throughout the past couple of hours. Having to do everything that he did for his duty. Realizing that the individuals that he's protecting are turned into these grotesque abominations. These Elden Ring beasts. And yet here I am, you're talking to me like, yo, you slacking off? Did you not hear what just happened in the Vegapunk message? Did you not see that Vegapunk died? You not see the chaos that took place here? The Gorosei? I'm dealing with the individuals I'm supposed to be protecting. Now I don't even know what to feel about them anymore. My best friend just died and I let it happen. The place that we started, I let get destroyed. And the man that I know was doing it right in Luffy, I had to fight him because you were over there destroying your cigars and not doing a single thing about it. I can't blame Kizaru, bro. I can't blame him in the slightest. If you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see for yourself. And put yourself in my shoes, man. And until you do that, I don't want to hear another word. Yo, left a Kainu zipper over the mouth. reflect on what he says, man. Reflect on it. The same way that you talked back to the Gorosei at the end of Dressrosa, you gotta know where Borsalino's coming from. And Borsalino's coming at this from an emotional standpoint. He's speaking straight from the heart, man. What a fantastic character. Admirals continue to cook throughout this entire series, but especially in this arc. Every single admiral, man. Kizaru, my guy. My flippin' dude, bro. That was my bad, brother. He called the man brother! He's got him reflecting and thinking back on his life. This man, Sakazuki, apologized. You know, like my bad, B. He straight up hit him with the my bad, B. I ain't mean it that way. I ain't mean it, man. My bad, dog. You know, if they would have been in front of each other, my boy would have been like, yo, my bad. He would have had the hand out like this. Like my bad, dog. And Kizaru would have looked at him like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? This man kind of with my bad, B. I bet you better believe it's your bad. Better believe it was your bad. That was my bad, brother. Love it. On a serious note, love it. Love it. All jokes aside, love it for Akainu's character. I love that he has to reflect upon his own actions and on what he says, bro. Because obviously the things that he does as the fleet admiral, he's in a position where everybody's looking to him, and when he's commanding and barking out stuff like this, he needs to think about what his subordinates are going through. And so I love this. I love this because obviously it showcases what they have from one admiral to another by him saying like, yo, that was my bad, brother. And he's like, yo, just watch your mouth. Just watch your mouth, bro. When I'm going through something like this, don't say I'm slacking off. That's all I'm asking. Fantastic scene. Fantastic scene, man. Wow. When this gets done in the anime, tears may be shed. You already know they're going to hit us with an amazing soundtrack, voice acting on point. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Elbaf, it's so quiet. I guess the party was officially called off. Frankie? Are those new clothes? Are we already getting new clothes? It's odd to stop after just one drink. Is he wearing a cowboy outfit? I can't tell. And it's strange to see Luffy so dejected. I mean, bro, the man used Gear 5 like 6 times. But I get it. We failed to accomplish our main goal. Oh, they're talking like from in terms of his like believing that he failed. If I'm in Luffy's position, I also believe that I failed. I said that I'm gonna protect you, Vegapunk, Stella, and get you out of here. I meant it. And the fact that Vegapunk Stella died, has to be weighing on his consciousness, especially for somebody who values his friends as much as Luffy. I thought they were referring to the way that he was still potentially, just like last chapter, just extremely messed up from using Gear 5 so much. But no, they're talking about his like what he's actually feeling on the inside. But I get it, we failed to accomplish our main goal. Please, can you take me away from Egghead? We had the 5 elders, an admiral, CP0, the Seraphim, and an armada of warships to get through. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. It's a miracle we got out of the hellscape at all. For real. For real. I'm with you there. It's pathetic. He's an emperor now. An old man dying shouldn't affect him this badly. Zoro, bro. It's like, I get it. I get it, man. The voice of reason. And we have the 2 voices of reasons here. In Jinbei and in Zoro. Jinbei, of course, coming in speaking with heart and with logic whenever he does come in with his voice of reason. But Zoro is always, from the very beginning of the series, always looking out for the betterment in the future of the crew, and of course for the captain who mains that crew. We've seen it at so many points throughout the story. So he's like, yo, Vegapunk dying should not affect him this badly. He's an emperor now. Like stuff like this should not impact him. But the thing is like knowing Luffy and knowing the way that he is, it's like no matter who it would have been. It could have been Vegapunk. It could have been random dude number 3. But anyone who gives him food or he regards as a friend, it's gonna kill him when someone dies like that. And so I most certainly understand where Zoro is coming from. But he's got to know his brother like that. He's got to know how Luffy gets whenever it's anyone like that. Man. Lilith! Huh? You're awake. Lilith coming with us to Elbaf, man. Do you think that's why Zoro is acting like this, right? Because he's like, well, shouldn't be too sad about the old dude dying if just a piece of his consciousness is already going to be following us anyway. Regardless, you're awake. Phew. We see Usopp. Usopp, man, year of Usopp incoming. Cannot wait. Chopper, Sanji, and Nami. Thank goodness. Are you alright, Lilith? Lilith, John! Beep, beep. Alright, we're on the giant ship. No wonder everything's so massive. This will be a bitter pill to swallow, but we have to tell you. Excuse me, we weren't able to save any of the other Vegapunks. Please forgive us. My God! Bro, look at the size of that chair! Dude! They are... But it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Super, super small compared to the chair. That just goes to show how massive these individuals are, man. Wild. So they weren't able to save any of their Vegapunks. Obviously very heartbreaking because I love all the other satellites. Atlas hit you pretty hard, man, and yo. So it's understandable if you're disoriented. Shout out to Atlas, yo. One of the MVPs. One of, like, the premier MVPs of this arc, bro. Atlas greatness. I see, it's okay. I've already heard about what happened. Heard from whom? Oh, is that what Lilith is hearing through the headphones? I just need to cry for a bit. How are you the evil one again? For real. Hey, I'm hungry. You got over it fast. It must be because I'm no longer connected to York. There it is, though. Another confirmation that the separation within the consciousness, like they're not directly connected to the same things anymore. Which means now York is not going to know that Lilith wakes up, right? So to her, every single other member of the satellites has been eliminated without knowing that, of course, Lilith has already waken up. Well, if you're hungry, the giants left us a lot of fruit. Fruit? Say, the atmosphere from the table seems a bit gloomy, doesn't it? We promised to save Apple Gramps. Luffy. Luffy's been beating himself up over what happened. He's so down he's only had 5 bunches of grapes. Only 5? The king? That's plenty! I see, so Luffy's been taking it badly. I can't blame him. He feels like he failed. He's like, Emperor what? I have a title, but I can't save my friends. It's alright, though. I just heard about it, and I'm sure. What do you mean you heard about it? A second ago, I was crying because I was sad about everyone's deaths. However, it's all a matter of perspective. Here's the truth. What did they hear? Chopper shook? The king is shook? Usopp shook? To put it simply, Nami, Brook, everyone's alive? To put it simply, everyone's alive? So is Vegapunk's will gonna live on through the satellites? Is that gonna be like one of the core main overall themes of Egghead leaving it? Are the creations that live on even after the creator has died? So the Stella Vegapunk unit died, and the rest of the unit survived? Now I'm curious. I'm happy, obviously, because, obviously love the satellites, but to put it simply, everyone's alive. What? Even if they're functionally dead? I don't get it. So they're ghosts? Basically what I'm trying to say is that you kept your promise to me. So don't be so glum, Luffy. Lilith is already being such a G that she's trying to make Luffy feel better by saying yes. The ones that you may have known at some point in time are gone. But they're still there. These were creations. These were things that were crafted through Vegapunk's consciousness. And so because I am still alive, they can also be recreated once again. They can live on within me, and I can create them once again. Because you did not fail. You saved one of me. Like, I'm still here. I can take care of it. And so, technically, Lilith is right. To put it simply, everyone is alive. But I do love that from Lilith. I really, really do. That is pure friendship Straw Hat material right there. Dope spread? Yo! Seems like you're doing better, huh, Straw Hat? Oh, okay, some giants? The king? Hey, giants, thanks for helping us out. Aye! So you're feeling fired up now? Then let's have that feast. Bring the food, get the booze. Zoro, Luffy is... Exclamation point. I've been waiting for this, feel free to pig out. Ga-ba-ba-ba-ba. Robin! If we're going to Elbaf, we may see Saul. Of course, she's gotta be so happy for that. That's great, Robin. And I love how Robin's just hugging her son. Like, come here, Chopper. I can't wait to see Saul. And Chopper's like, hey, that's great, Mom, but you're holding me a little too tight. You know, just a wee bit too tight. Give us a toast for the age of Straw Hat. Oh, we're gonna get one of these. Vegapunk basically said whoever finds One Piece will shake the world, right? Yeah, who do you think's gonna get it and be the Pirate King? Hey, that's why I set sail in the first place. Oh. I love these types of panels, man. That's beautiful, dude. And I don't care if you're with me or against me, because I'm definitely gonna be the Kaizakuni. Let's let me go, man. Yeah, cheers. Ah, I love this. Robin, we got Dory and Broggy, Brook on top, Luffy, Lilith, Chopper, Usopp, Nami, Frankie, Bonnie. Oh, that's really cute. Little small Bonnie, Sanji, Jinbei. Where's Zoro? Oh, Zoro's right here. I was like, where am I now? Did he get lost? No, he's right here. He's right next to Lilith and Chopper and Usopp. Ah, beautiful stuff, man. I always love these types of panels. And so the narrator. And so the ship set course to the northeast, to the long-awaited land of the giants. Yeah, the fabled country of Elbaf confirmed! We're going to Elbaf, boys! New World Warland Elbaf. Elbaf? Come on, then. Who in the Flagnards is that? Come on, then? What awaits them in the land of the giants? Who is this character, bro? Is that a cape? Well, they're drinking. Rayleigh drinks. Shanks drinks. Don't think this is obviously either of those two characters. Because why would they be silhouetted like this? So that means this has to be another character. Break next week! Oda, you deserve it. Oda, you deserve it. Oh, perfect. So now we get to do our arc ranking. So Egghead is officially over. And we are going to Elbaf. Man, what a chapter. Great moments all around. Great moments all around. Vivi and Morgan's great stuff. Kizaru, Borsalino, best part of the chapter. Incredible stuff. Lilith declaring that they're all still alive, great stuff. And obviously the party scene here at the end. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff, man. We love to see it. We love to see it. And I'm a mystery person, man. Who's the mystery person? Gabon. Oh! That does fit! What chapter, was that? It was, the cover with the dude with the hat. The dude with the hat who was sitting. What cover was that? Gabon piece? Shiki? Ooh. Wait, why would Shiki be an Elbaf? That'd be hype. Why would Shiki be an Elbaf? Gabon piece is interesting. Gabon piece is interesting. 631. Thank you, Sky. Before I get to the supers, where is 631? That is let me see. That's Fishman Island. That would be volume 63, I think. Let me check. No, 64. All right, volume 64. There it is! The dude who was drinking with Crocus. Do you think this is him? It could. It could, man. Loki being the most likely, that would also be really cool. That would also be really cool. Oh, that's so fascinating. Oh, and it makes sense because it's got the little thing. So I wasn't thinking about a hat when I first saw the thing on his head. I was thinking more so of like a big cape. You know, similar to like the one that Shanks rocks. But no, this makes way more sense. This makes way more sense. Because then obviously, now we can open up the floodgates to this being either that character, whom we never got a confirmation of who that actually was. But now we can leave the door open for the Shikis and the Gabons, and obviously very intentional by Oda, so we could all be guessing throughout the break week. And I'm going to assume we're not going to get an answer for this till we get to Elbaf. And I don't think we're going to Elbaf for a few weeks. It's going to be post-Egghead time. So, oh, that's so interesting. Dude, okay. Let's go ahead and see here what you guys are cooking in regards to the chapter. Akash Panda comes in with a 5 and says, regarding Oda's comment, he recently appeared in a YouTube video from Nobrock TV. Video and link and details in Discord. Oh, be sure to check it out if you haven't. Okay, I most certainly will. Like I said, I did not know. That was the thing. Okay, so if Oda appeared there, I will be there no matter what. So let's see. Thank you, Akash Panda. Most certainly we'll be watching that tomorrow. Then Akash Panda comes in with a 5 and says, in chapter 1076, Shanks said he was talking to a friend that he thought had died. Do you think the Silhouette guy's Gabon, and that's who he was talking to? Very well could be the case. That would actually make a lot more sense, because I was like, why would he think that Dorian Broggie died? But now that makes a lot of sense for me. That makes a ton of sense. Because if it is Gabon, then obviously that is someone that maybe Shanks thought died, because we never see this character. Like, obviously Crocus is still with Laboon, and Rayleigh, though underground, everybody knows he's alive. So it's like, maybe it is Gabon. That would make sense, especially if he was there on the Warland. Another Roger pirate, man. Oh, dude. I like that idea a lot, Akash Panda. That makes sense. That makes sense, connecting it to the Shanks statement like that. That makes sense. Thank you, Akash Panda. Phoebe Tokyo then comes in with a 20 and says, okay, about that Zoro L thing. Oh yeah, the super chat. This is my opinion, but I think calling it pathetic for Luffy to feel for Vegapunk was too much. We had a point by saying a Yonko shouldn't be feeling that way, but he should know Luffy. I think it was just one of those things, right? Like, I get it, and I definitely see your perspective as well. In regards to the Zoro L thing, I appreciate it because it's consistent, right? Like, it's consistent with Zoro wanting Luffy to stay strong in these situations in particular, because if he doesn't stay strong, then how can they, right? So he's like, if Luffy's feeling this way right now, what he should do instead is, swallow it, obviously show the emotion, but stand strong. Stand strong. And so I understand where he's coming from in regards to that. It's the same way Zoro's always been. Which is why I think once he heard that Luffy bounced back so quick, he was immediately back there in the party and ready to party with him, right? But it is one of those situations where, like, yeah, like, you know Luffy. You know that this is going to devastate him. You know that especially with his friends. Any of his friends. Anybody dies like that who's one of his friends. It is going to really, really take him out. And so I get it, and I most certainly see it from your perspective as well, because it most certainly is like come on. But then, like, you see it, at least I see it through his eyes, and I'm like, nah, yeah, I get it, I get it. But all love, Phoebe Tokyo. Thank you for updating this with the updated thoughts after now that we've read the chapter. I appreciate you for that, because it most certainly is one of those scenes similar to the one he had at the beginning of Egghead. About the BB thing, right? Like, that's just the way that Zoro is. I'm sorry, not the BB thing, the Sabo thing. So, but I appreciate you, Phoebe Tokyo. Thank you so much for that. Kosh Panda comes in with a 2 and says, Silhouette equals Gabon. Gabon equals Guy talking to Crocus, which equals the burned scar. So, let me ask that question to chat then. Do you guys think that Scopper Gabon is the man with the burn scar? Do you think that is... Do you think that those are one and the same? The man with the burn scar is Scopper Gabon, or slash this person in this silhouette, even if it's not Scopper Gabon. Do you think this is the man with the burn scar? Thank you, Akash Panda, for that. I mean, just personally speaking, if they are the same character, then I'm pretty sure we're going to see... It's going to be Ragnar Lodbrok Trust. Every time I see Lodbrok, I think of Final Fantasy VII. Let me go ahead. Yeah, let me end this poll. That's a good idea. Let me end this poll and put It's the dude at the end, the man with the burn scar. No matter who it is. Let me know. While those results load up, Ian comes in with a 5 and says, "Seeing Kizaru's emotion in this chapter was incredible, man. Dude, that was definitely the highlight of the chapter. That was incredible. Admirals continue to cook within this arc. Incredible stuff. The next Admiral meeting will be intense for sure. I wonder if the mystery man is Shiki." So in regards to the Admiral meeting, super excited for whenever we get that, because obviously the world is in turmoil and chaos. And I can't wait to see their reactions, right? Especially both after we got both Kizaru and Akainu's. Because, we got to look at it from Akainu's perspective too, right? Like, Akainu is sitting here as the individual supposed to be maintaining order. And I guess this is another parallel to Luffy, right? Like, Akainu is someone who's supposed to be maintaining the order and being the leader in the field. And yet, all he's doing is just yelling at his subordinate. And his subordinate is like, yo, tighten up, man. Like, what's going on here? And so, where he's supposed to be like the calm, collected leader for the admirals, it's like, man, he's not being that in this situation. And obviously, Luffy was distraught over the death of Vegapunk, and then we see obviously that he was able to recover from that there. So there is a parallel there in regards to their leadership roles and what is expected of them. For being within those roles, right? But the problem is that whenever you bring in outside influence or things outside of our control, like Akainu right now, the reason why his emotions are so out of it is as someone as control heavy as he is, to see that in actuality everything has been out of his control from the start, with the world sinking, with the Gorosei being these monsters from the past. Everything that was confirmed there, it's like, man, it's like my entire reality is being shattered before my very eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get where Akainu's coming from in regards to why he lashed out, and I'm glad that Kizaru lashed back at him, so Akainu could be like, all right, my bad, like my bad, man. It was a great moment, and like you said, because of that, the next Admiral meeting will most certainly be intense, and I can't wait to see everybody else's reactions to this news as well. I really want to see the relationship, or I should say the interactions between each of the admirals because of this information, right? Because of finding out all of this new stuff, at least new stuff to them. But I wonder if the mystery man is Shiki. If it really is Shiki, that would be dope. That would be dope. Obviously, legend from that era. But I just wonder why he would be at Elbaf. That would be my only question. Excuse me, but thank you, Ian, for the 5. Appreciate you there. Ace2532 comes in with a 20 and says, "Yo, coach, my initial prediction might have failed, but we still got Vivi greatest in this chapter." That's right. We still got Vivi greatest in this chapter, so it's like, it's okay. It's okay, right? Like, even though Vivi did not join up with the Straw Hats, we still got her greatest, which means that more than likely now Oda is setting up for Vivi joining back with the Straw Hats after Elbaf. I'm going to assume. The line from Wapol suggests Morgans is going to throw her out of the ship for her attitude and expose her as a Straw Hat. I would be so down for that. And I think it would be perfect leading into chaos, because the way that I see it happening, Ace, is Vivi will expose herself as a Straw Hat. Like, she'll get kicked out or whatever happens there. And whenever she gets the opportunity to speak out and be in front of a large audience of people, she's going to be like, no. Like, I am the Princess of Alabasta, but you better believe I'm a Straw Hat as well. I am a Straw Hat pirate. It's like, oh, the same Straw Hat who killed Vegapunk? It's like, yeah, that same Straw Hat. If you guys really believe all that nonsense, then I'm Princess Nefeltari Vivi, and I will stand by the individuals I know are doing good out here. Even if no one else believes them, I will. Because I am a Straw Hat pirate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be such a fantastic Vivi moment for her to openly proclaim something like that. And I hope we get a moment like that soon. Really, really do, Ace. Thank you for the 20, brother. The narrator. I am graced with the narrator's presence here at the end of this arc. The narrator comes in with a 5 and says, humans and mermen are the same species and can transform between each other. but the knowledge of this was lost 800 years ago. So the narrator comes in to drop this piece of information that could potentially get my entire channel wiped because I now have access to this information. Now, the narrator obviously is an individual who's been getting paid a lot. Has gotten more roles since chapter 1078. And so the fact the narrator here is dropping a super chat is not what surprises me. What surprises me is the content within this super chat. And the fact that such information can be exposed by the One Piece narrator. So the One Piece narrator, I appreciate you for the 5. I just hope that you prepare yourself, because you're just the narrator. That now you got to go back onto the job because Hunter x Hunter comes back in like 2 months. So prepare yourself, because you're definitely going to be needed there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to be needed there. But regardless, in regards to your comment on a serious note, I am curious if something like that is going to be brought up within the Void Century flashback. Similar to the similarities with like the Lunarians and like the Skypians or some of that, for example. Like I'm looking forward to seeing how certain things end up being more similar to other things than we initially thought. Especially when we go back to like the origins of creation in the One Piece world. And where does everything stem from, right? I'm very curious. But thank you, narrator, for the 5. For that. That is a very, very interesting comment. Interesting food for thought, for sure. Ashton Samurai Jiro comes to membership for 11 months and says, I absolutely loved how Oda handled Egghead with the Kuma flashback and Bonnie's payoff. Kizaru being conflicted and the Gorosei in action, rating 10 out of 10. Such a fantastic arc. Very unique in the way that it was executed as well. A lot of stuff, very emotional arc, and a very exciting arc, with a lot of it felt like Oda bringing in so many different things from other arcs that just worked in one arc. It was just very well handled from the very beginning. Like, that's why I'm so excited now to see what he does with Elbaf, considering how different Egghead was to what I initially thought it was going to be. But yeah, the main highlight of the arc for me, thinking back on it now before I do my reread of the entire thing here in the break week, is most certainly the Kuma Bonnie stuff alongside the around the world stretch that we got. And then obviously what followed after with the Gorosei showing up and Vegapunk's message. Like, so much greatness there. But that Kuma Bonnie stuff was truly generational. I mean, it's so good. So good. With that around the world piece stuff, it was amazing stuff, man. But like you said, the Kizaru being conflicted in this arc really cooked with the OG3. Kuzan greatness, Kizaru greatness, and Sakazuki greatness as well. Just continue to flesh out those characters who were already great characters. But thank you, Ashton Samurai Jiro. Appreciate you for that. Almost a year. OMG! Oh my, Giona comes in with a membership for 29 months. 2 years, some change. Got to watch the stream after a while. Always fun. Always fun to have you, OMG. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, OMG, for stopping by. I'm sure with how busy it's been, just being able to catch a stream must have taken putting some time aside. So I appreciate you putting some time aside to join us here today. I really hope that everything's going well with you. Hank comes to membership for 16 months and says, "Come on, then." Feels like they know who's coming. Sort of like like the Blackbeard and Shanks thing, right? Where they're like, "Yeah, we know we're gonna run into one of them. Now, which one is it?" Based on the newspaper, I'm assuming that whoever this character is knows that, yeah, they're on the way. And / Dory and Brogy going specifically to go pick Luffy and them up. That's probably why this character knows. Because Dory and Brogy and the rest of the Giants specifically went off in search of Nika. Okay, we're going to bring Nika back. and obviously Usopp and the rest of the boys. We're gonna bring them to Elbaf. So exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate you. LAJ35 comes membership for 6 months and says post Egghead is gonna be insane. God's Knights are gonna move. Let's flip it go, man. I can't wait. And so is Dragon. Also, Coach, can't wait for the 100 Peak streams returning in October. You better believe it. October 7th. We will be there. Can't wait for the Hunter streams, man. It's going to be a great time. Elbaf piece and Hunter's back. And then that same month, we're going to get Bleach in the anime again. It's going to be a good time. Dragon Ball, the new Budokai, is dropping in that month. It's going to be a good time, bro. It's going to be a good time. But yeah, LAJ. Great point. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do for this week's chapter is, especially since we're going on break, matter of fact, let me go ahead and put out the post. For this week's Afterthoughts, I want to do a post-Egghead Afterthoughts. So, let me go ahead and put out the post. One Piece, Chapter 1124, Afterthoughts. Post-Egghead Predictions. Well, actually, I don't know if I should include that in the title, because then I might spoil someone who maybe doesn't know the arc ended. So I'll just put One Piece Chapter 1124 Afterthoughts. But for everybody who's listening to this, just put like your whole post-Egghead predictions there and stuff. So, all right, I put the post up, and we'll do just that. All right, let me get some water. The person at the end is NL. NL's gonna come back riding on the moon, bro. Brandon King comes in with it says, I think Lilith's lack of evil is interesting. How exactly does Vegapunk frame evil? Makes me wonder, was Lilith evil in the same way the WG frames Luffy, or because he thought logic trumps emotion? The way I'm looking at it, Brandon King, is maybe when the thing was severed, / when Atlas hit Lilith, the thing that made Lilith evil, quote unquote, was sort of like reset within the mechanics of the android robot thing. Whereas now we're getting like a different version of Lilith that's not the same exact one from when we first met her in the arc. That's my assumption. But it very well could be, like you're saying, going with the overall propaganda piece type thing, where everybody has their own perspective to the situation at hand, and actually brings Lilith's statement in this chapter about it's a matter of perspective on certain things, and shines a different light on it, if you're right, that maybe what Vegapunk thought was evil is going to be highlighted now through the Lilith that we know now. Just like you said with like how the WG frames Luffy as being like an evil bad dude, or like Roger as like these bad dudes when they've done so many things. So it's gonna end up being one of those things. But I like what you're bringing up, considering the context of this week's chapter and the matter of perspective that was brought up there. I got you, OMG. Yeah, we got a Joy Boy panel vortex. Like, seriously. That is definitely another major highlight of this arc. No question. No question. Akash Panda comes in with a 5 and says, how many silhouettes do we have now? Emu, Joy Boy, Rocks, Loki, God's Knights, the one in Vegapunk's 12, the one in this chapter. Am I missing someone? Let me see. So we got the Loki silhouette. You're absolutely right about that. within the Big Mom greatness. So Emu, yes, hopefully we're gonna get that soon. Joy Boy, I don't expect to get that until the flashback. So similar to how we did it with Odin. I don't think we're gonna get Joy Boys until the flashback. Rocks, we'll have to find out there. But I do expect to see the one in Vegapunk's 12. So the one in this chapter, the one in Vegapunk's 12, some of the God's Knights, and Loki coming in here in post Egghead / Elbaf. Emu, I was a believer we're going to get the Emu face reveal in post Egghead. I'm not entirely sure now. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still going to say we get Emu greatness in post Egghead. Not sure if we're going to get the full on reveal. But maybe. Because I feel like we kind of have to with the voice being revealed soon. But regardless of the other ones, definitely expecting Loki, some of the God's Knights, and the one in Vegapunk's 12, as well as obviously the one in this chapter, to be done in post Egghead / Egghead. Or, I'm sorry, Elbaf. Exactly, Quag 2. That is what I'm thinking as well. So Quag 2 says, since Vegapunk is a different person now, I wonder how these attributes that Lilith once didn't have will shape her as a new character going forward. That's exactly what I was just referring to, talking to Brandon King. So I am as well, Quag 2. It's one of the most interesting parts about Lilith for me right now, especially with the way Lilith acted in this chapter. So I'm hoping that becomes a highlight within Elbaf for sure. For sure. Yeah, Josh pointed, that's not how it works. This is going to be a random character. Yeah, the Lily silhouette. That's a great point, Akash Band. Lily silhouette for sure. The Lily silhouette. I think we can, Deontay Black. For trusting Lilith, I think we can. Especially since Oda already gave us the traitor storyline with York. I think we can trust Lilith. Especially with what Atlas did to ensure Lilith lives. I think we can trust Lilith. Who's going to be the last Straw Hat? My assumption is going to be, I think we're done getting characters onto like that are going to be like a part of like the main marketing material, as they call it. And then once we get to Laugh Tale or that final war, then we're going to have the crew members that we know are crew members, but they just don't sail with us. The Vivis, the Yamatos, the Momos, those characters will be there with us. But I think we might be done, unless we get a character on Elbaf, which would be nuts, that joins the crew. But I think we're done. Besides, obviously, what is about to happen, and the Vivi and Yamato and those characters coming back, because we know they're going to be joining, especially Vivi. Oh, dude, Brandon King, that'd be hilarious. Yamato going after Odin, confusing Odin for Odin would be comedy gold. I would love that. I would really love that. Yeah, that's true, Vortex. It's the Brandon King thing, right? Like, it's all about perspective. It's all a matter of perspective. Yeah, no, for sure, Lazy Muffles. Like, Atlas really was broke levels of MVP with that final performance there. I mean, Atlas hit the Steph Curry three-point shot. Without Atlas, we don't get out of there. Like, Atlas won us the gold medal. Atlas got us out of there. Huge MVP. Huge MVP. Similar to, I mean, Emeth, another member of that starting lineup that went absolutely bonkers. So Hank brings up an interesting question about the possibility of Law and Beppo being on Elbaf. I didn't even think about that. My assumption was always that Law and Beppo were going to end up meeting up with like members of Sword or something, right? And maybe that's due to the talking to Dak and I'm just loving that idea of them potentially meeting up with those characters. But if they do end up on Elbaf, I mean, Law is another straw hat, so I'd be down for that. But I feel like we if we're gonna run into anyone on Elbaf like that, it's gonna be Kid, especially since he got sunk out of there. So I don't think it would be Law and Beppo, personally. Yeah, right there with you, Quack, too. As long as Vivi's on board, I'm good. If Kuma dies and I think Bonnie can be a member, yeah, I would be so down for that. I would be, actually, as a matter of fact, I think now we really have to see, right? Because if Kuma dies, depending, because we know that the Sabo has to relay that information to Luffy and Vivi. So while Sabo goes to relay that information, either that's going to be the moment where Sabo picks up Jewelry Bonnie to go join the Revolutionary Army, or Bonnie stays with Luffy throughout the remainder of the series. That's my assumption, at least. Dude, Sage, that would be incredible. If we got the One Piece version of Jormungandr in Elbaf's waters, that'd be so cool. I mean, might as well, right? We've already gotten so many references. Just let's go all out. Let's odify all that stuff. Remember last week, Stuff the World, Liverpool 3rd, United 7th. Hey, you know, we're still on top of the world. It's just had some mishaps at the goal. You know what I'm saying? That game should have been like 5-0, but instead it was only 1-0. You know what I mean? On top of the world, man. On top of the world. No, yeah, that's interesting, Akash Panda. From a timeline standpoint. No, yeah, I'm right there with you, Hank. Law is definitely going to come back into play, for sure. He's too important of a character not to be. I just don't know if it's going to be specifically on Elbaf. I definitely expect him to be with us by the time that we get to the final war stuff, for sure. For sure. Even just a member of the Alliance. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to be Elbaf. Hey, real, I would take that. I would take that. Get the double Joy Boys working again. I don't think Kuma is not dying. So Alejandro Solis, you're 100% certain that Kuma is dying then, at the end of this entire situation. Yeah, lazy mofos, me too. Getting like Law's reaction to Vegapunk's message, I'm excited to see that. Considering, like Hank just talked about, the how important that is to him, and specifically the promise that he made to Korasan, to Rosinante. Yeah, Yoshi, it's gonna be so good. Getting all the lore and the culture of Elbaf. It's gonna be super dope. Super, super dope. I feel like Law might go after the final poneglyph and meet the man brought by flames first. He was curious in Wano. He might end up joining him. If he ends up joining him, that'd be interesting. Man brought by flames. Oh, yeah, I gotta check the poll. So it's 50-50. 52% no, 48% yes. So if they are different people, then in terms of the final, and meet the man marked by flames first, he was curious. And Wano might end up joining him. That is interesting, Vortex. Because you're right, it did specifically hone in on Law there in that panel in chapter 1056. That's a good point. What do you think about the mysterious message Lilith received? Dude, I was just thinking about that. Like, what was that? That bzzzt. And it was like, yo, no worries. I think it's either a Morse code from Vegapunk's brain or something Atlas planted on her. Yes. I'm going to go with the Atlas. Or actually, after last chapter, with how far ahead Vegapunk planned, I would not be surprised if the actual Stella sent it. Yo, for real, Lick. Yo, Beej got... What in the world was that huge thing? Still one of the craziest mysteries in the series. Man, I had some cake today. It's just messing with my nose. My allergies are acting up. So this man clearly is interested in history, guarding that poneglyph. Him and Law having conversations about history would be interesting. Law loves that stuff. Exactly. I like that idea a lot, dude. I think that is a great call. Yeah, good point, Nasty Ninja. I see what you mean. Potential hype from Madame Rouge and Elbaf. Let's make it happen, Zach. Let's make it happen. Mist, I don't know if I can answer that off the top of my head. I would probably need some more time. That's tough, dude. Ranking the Trails MCs, that is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. I don't. I'll have to. I'm gonna have to. I'll get back to you on that, Mist. I'll get back to you on that. When I do my inevitable favorite characters and we rank my favorite characters, I'll rank them then. But I don't know if I can rank them right now. They're all too close to my heart. They're all too close to my heart. Obviously, I have like the ones that I have like for sure in my top 5 favorite characters in the entire series. But then it gets a little like man, I love, because I think they're all in my top 10. So it's like it's really difficult to differentiate them. I just think Morse code would be so cool. It would, Quack 2. It really would. Oh yeah, Josh Pointer, trust me, I'm definitely going to bed soon. I think Law and Kill will be out of action until after Elbaf, or we might see Law plus Beppo and Killer and Kid go independent and go after different objectives to the One Piece for now. King Hobojo, very well might be the case, right? On both sides. I'm not sure what Oda has planned for Killer and Kid, if he wants to have them in part of the Elbaf. Be a part of the Elbaf storyline, or like you said, doing their own thing until after Elbaf, and we go to Lodestar or whatever it is that we're doing after that. Would not be surprised, especially with the Law and Beppo stuff as well. And if what Vortex is saying is true with the Man Marked by Flame stuff. Yeah, peak week. OMG said, I always thought the man with the burn scar was Saul. I was like, that makes sense because of the explosions, but at the same time, it's like the man with the burn scar didn't have to have that ship and the final poneglyph. So unless Saul has the final poneglyph, I don't think it's Saul. But I'm not going to rule it out because it is Oda. It most certainly is Oda. Coach Swerve or Danielson? Ooh. So who do I think is going to win? I think Swerve is going to win. I do. I think Swerve is going to win. But Bryan Danielson is still him. So it's like, I don't know what they have planned. Obviously, I think what is on the table is that once one of them is victorious, we're then going to start building towards, like, the big match of the year after that. So, my assumption is going to be, I think Swerve keeps the title for that huge match incoming, unless we want to put, like, the star power and we're going to match up, like, I don't know, Danielson, whatever, MJF, Ospreay, whatever their plan is. But it's the tough one. It's what makes that thing so interesting to me, because of that idea of, like, building towards the next major card. Because it's in Wembley, like I said, could see Danielson winning, but something inside me tells me that Swerve Strickland is winning that match. Okay, something inside me is telling me. So something inside me is telling me that that's going to be the way that it goes down. Will the arc rank be top 10 or all arcs? All arcs, Akash Panda. We are going to be suffering in there. Suffering from success. We're going to be suffering in there. Suffering. We're ranking every arc, baby. Every arc. I saw a fake spoiler earlier. Oh, I hate those fake spoilers, man. I mean, I love them because they're not real spoilers. But still, they're so weird. About Kobe becoming an admiral, but now I'm wondering if Kizaru might retire, so maybe we do get Admiral Kobe soon. We'd have Emperor Luffy plus Admiral Kobe. I don't think Kizaru's going to retire, but I can see Kobe becoming an admiral maybe happening faster than we expect. Like maybe after Elbaf or something. I could see that. Maybe like as a shift in the guard or something. Something happens that would require something like that. So maybe like going into Laugh Tale, we have Admiral Kobe and the King. Coach, what do you think about JJK ending soon? It just hurts, man. Like it sucks because obviously I'm not caught up to My Hero, and that's a series I really enjoy too. So I really need to catch up to that. But it's like having My Hero end and then JJK end, and I am caught up to JJK. So it's like, man, it's being 5 chapters left. I'm like, yo, what is he cooking? What is he cooking, man? Yo, for real, I'm telling you. Total's gonna be in the One Piece chapters. Coach, thoughts on the new One Piece live action cast so far? They've been great. I need to, now that we're on break, I have the opportunity to actually look at them, and their names. Because I've only seen faces since... They at least the new ones that they did like this in this most recent week. Like Kureha, I saw an image, and I saw an image of Cobra, and I think a few others, but I don't know any of the names. Rank the One Piece games? I know. I think based on. So that's tough. That's actually really tough. I still think because of pure nostalgia, Pirate Warriors 1 is in my top 3. After that, it becomes very difficult because I have so many memories on Burning Blood playing that. I got a few of my friends into One Piece because of that game. So I have a lot of love for Burning Blood. I loved Odyssey. When I finish Odyssey, I'm pretty sure that's going to be really high on my list because of my love for JRPGs. Unlimited World, fantastic stuff, super fun. The PS2 games, like Grand Battle, the GBA game, super good as well. The platformer, that's tough. I'd have to think about that one, Josh Pointer. There's a lot of good games. Oh yeah, missed, no question. If you wanted me to just go like number one is Reinforcer by far. I mean, not by far, but like for sure, like it's solidified. You know what I mean? Like that's my guy. That's my dog. But I love them all. Love them all. How do you feel about war on Elbaf between giant factions and between two emperors? Luffy versus Blackbeard for part 1 or Luffy versus Buggy? I'd be down for both. I feel like we're headed for for Yonko versus Yonko soon. Definitely. So there's two different scenarios I have for this King Hobujo. Either we're going to get all of the current emperors meeting up on Laugh Tale, like that'll be like their big like Royal Rumble-esque thing that goes down there. And that's how we get like all the emperors. Because the last time we had all of these characters on one battlefield was on Marineford. Before they were emperors. Like Shanks was the only emperor at the time. But that was the last time we had all of them in one place. It was Shanks, Blackbeard, Luffy, and Buggy. It was all there in Marineford. So maybe that's what Oda has planned for Laugh Tale. Unless he's planning on, like you said, doing like the Yonko v Yonko thing before that. Where we get like one matchup on Elbaf, the other one like post Elbaf, whatever it is. But I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. In regards to the giant factions, though, I think that most certainly is going to. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but that's something that I speculate is a very, very likely possibility with like the Loki Thor stuff. You hear the Nosabo voice? Not yet, but I heard it was Sora, and I love Sora's Japanese voice, so I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, no, me too, Akash, man. I love the Pirate Warriors games for sure. Eric Turlado, what's good, my brother? What's good, man? It's good to see you, dude. Just wrapping up here, bro. Oh, yeah, man. As you saw, I most certainly plan on catching up to the manga. I have not watched an anime episode from this season because it's all past where I am. So I definitely plan on catching up and reading the manga at some point. It just hasn't happened yet. So yeah, we'll see. If we're talking about nostalgia, rank the Dragon Ball games. That one might actually be a little easier for me, just because if I go to like with the top 5, I could do that. I think number 1 is more than likely still Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Then you go after that, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Xenoverse, Legacy of Goku 2, and gosh. Oh man, that's tough. We've had so many good Dragon Ball games. Budokai. So let me do that again. Number 1, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Number 2, I want to say FighterZ. I just really, really enjoyed it, but I love Xenoverse, man. I really love Xenoverse. That's my top. That's the 3 for sure. But Legacy of Goku, bro. I put so many hours into that. Legacy of Goku, definitely there. And then number 5, you know what? I love the Raging Blast games. So I might put Raging Blast 2 at number 5. Actually, I might even bump that up a bit. So I think it would be Budokai Tenkaichi 3, FighterZ or Xenoverse, Raging Blast, and Legacy of Goku. I think that's the top 5 in some order. I really love those games, though. I really, really love those games. Such good games. All 5 of those. And franchises. Do you think Borsalino, Sakazuki, Kuzan are meant to mirror Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, with the former wanting to be Marines versus the latter wanting to become pirates? Quag2. I did not think about it that way. That's a really interesting parallel. Maybe. We know Oda likes to work in 3s. With stuff like that. So I could see it. That's a very enlightening parallel, Quag2. I liked it a lot. David backfired on Elbaf? Let me know. Pirate Warriors 5. Potential playable Gorosei, your thoughts? That's my most anticipated game right now. Whenever I brought up Pirate Warriors, by the way, There's multiple. I think that'll be in my top 5 because I love Pirate Warriors 1. I love all the Pirate Warriors games, but 4 obviously has Gear 5 in it, so that's like auto favorite Pirate Warriors game. And then 3 with all the costumes and characters. But the Pirate Warriors 5 finally having like playable, I don't know, all like the Wano stuff and like the greatness that we got there, and the Egghead stuff and the Gorosei and all that. Like, come on, it's gonna be a greatness. I can't wait for them to actually do it. They should have made a legacy of Luffy. Yo, Eric, believe in the vision, man. Hopefully we do get one of those before the series ends, because that would be incredible. Sparking Zero is already top 3 without us even playing it. I do, based on what we've seen so far, I most certainly expect Sparking Zero to be one of my favorite Dragon Ball games. It just has everything going for it. It looks like so much fun. Yeah, maybe Dragon included with it as well, Quag 2. That's definitely been the theory for a long time. They need to make a One Piece fighting game in the style of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Could be so peak, it really would, yo. I mean, I loved Burning Blood, like I said. I've just been waiting for them to make a second one. But a One Piece game in that type of style would be so good. So good. And yeah, I'm right there with you, King Hobojo. Like, Oda cooked so hard with Kuzan and Borsalino, but it feels like what he has cooking in the kitchen with Akainu might be like his best work. Incredible stuff. Yoshi, that's a great point. Yeah, they even have the same color scheme as ASL. True that. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it there. It is officially 1 a.m. my time. I have to get going to bed. Thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all again. I've already put up the Afterthoughts post. We'll be doing the Afterthoughts as soon as we possibly can. But look out for that ARC rankings initial poll video I'm going to put out. And then for the results, we'll be doing that at some point in the future. So I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much. Really, really a fun chapter this week, especially with the Kizaru Akainu stuff. And of course, getting our pirate and our big banquets that we normally do at the end of arcs. Finally got them this week as we head off into Elbaf. And now we get to speculate on who this silhouette is until the next chapter drops. So I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next time, y'all. Man, dude. So much greatness. Post Egghead.